tell you guys, being up here, I think is different than seeing it in video. There's definitely an ominous, creepy feeling being out here, knowing that I'm just south of Dugway Proving Ground. And it's hard to explain that if you're watching it from the other side of the camera, but man, there's a good spooky feeling here. This story comes out of a resident out of the city of Tooele who actually came upon some information that, let's just say, he probably shouldn't have had. He was never meant to see it or have the information. So one day he's out there, kind of like I am. My understanding was he was out there in the daytime taking pictures of Dugway Proving Ground when he was approached by two black SUV vehicles. They actually came up to him. They didn't identify themselves to him as local authorities or any type of state authorities or even federal authorities. And he had asked them, like, who are you guys? They didn't give him a response. What they ended up telling him was, you can't be taking pictures out here, and whatever footage or photos you have on your camera or phone need to be deleted. So he said, of course, I'll leave. I don't want to get in any trouble. I'll get rid of any footage that I have. Mind you, at this time, he didn't really have anything except footage of Dugway Proving Ground from behind the fence, which, you know, he wasn't going to go over the fence and do anything illegal. But what he did do was he got someone he knew to run the plates of the one of the vehicles that came to him and basically told him to kick rocks, get out of there. And his friend who ran the plates for him let him know, hey man, that comes back to a vehicle. My understanding was it was actually a police vehicle out of Colorado. And he said, what do you mean? That vehicle is here in Utah. How could it have a plate from a vehicle in Colorado? And to make the story even more unnerving, the same individual who had checked that plate for him later contacted the individual back and said, hey, you know that vehicle that I had to check for you that I told you was a Colorado law enforcement vehicle? He said, yeah. He says, I'm looking right at it. It's in our motor pool. So crazy that he would even have that experience with these unknown black SUVs, these unknown men who didn't identify themselves as any type of local authorities, and then find out that that vehicle is actually in a motor pool in Colorado. So he did a little bit of digging, guys. He ended up talking to witnesses all throughout Tooele, all throughout people who've had weird, creepy experiences here close to Dugway, and ended up making a collage of stories that he got from these people about sightings they had had from their homes, sightings they had had at night from weird lights in the sky moving sporadically and weird compared to our aircraft, what they look like when they're moving in the sky at night. And he ended up compiling this collage, and next thing you know, this man is getting a knock on his front door. Lo and behold, it was the same men who stopped him from getting footage and pictures of Dugway Proving Ground, and they wanted to have a conversation with him. They came into his home, they sat down with him, but to make a long story short, they basically said to him, you're going to give us all information you have about UFOs and aliens regarding Dugway Proving Ground, and we're going to take it. And if you ever post or talk about this to anybody, we are going to make your life difficult.
Pretty sketch, bro. Oh, baby.
Oh, man. You know, honestly, this kind of reminds me like the top of a UFO. Like if you're standing on an unidentified gray disc, that's kind of what this is reminding me of. That is a heavy hatch. Oh, that goes down in there? No way, dude. That's wild. Guys, I'll be honest, we were going to take up the challenge and head down, but I am getting the weirdest feeling out here. I can't explain it. Like we're being watched for what we're doing, maybe what we're talking about. But I'm definitely gonna launch this flare down. And I mean, what do you think, Ralston? Are you getting the weird vibe too?
Bro, I'm not feeling good about it at all.
Gosh, that even looks alien, bro.
I don't know.
All right. Well, speaking of alien, guys, let me show you that video that I got.